Okay, and welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in the Long Dark on Interloper. Where I think in this episode today we're going to go around to most places in Coastal Highway where you can gather salt, and we're going to gather the salt. I'm going to bring a bear hide with me. Is it 1 or 2 to repair the coat? 2. Cure cuts. And that's because one of the times when we'll probably duck in to warm ourselves up. It'll be a good opportunity to repair the bear hide coat. We don't necessarily need to repair it. It's maybe not... If you're trying to conserve bear hide, it's not an optimal time right now. But, you know, it's easy enough to hunt bears that I'm not going to conserve bear hide. Okay. Went ahead and mostly filled the character up. We'll go ahead and hydrate. Off we go to the salt fields. It's late morning, but like most mornings, it's pretty cold. What I'm thinking of doing is we'll go to the one on Misanthrope first. We'll then duck into Misanthrope Cabin to warm up. Go over to the one on Jackrabbit. Warm up in the Jackrabbit Cabin. The third one is the entry mine portion to the Aurora mine. It's technically a coal mine, but everyone remembers it by the Aurora mine portion, which is a bit of the mine you can only get into during the Aurora. Those are the 3 places in Coastal Highway where you can get salt on a renewable source. That combined is probably enough to fill the curing box most of the way up. If we're really desperate for more, we go out to Coastal Highway, or not Coastal Highway, out into Crumbling and then out into Desolation Point. Both have salt. But I don't think we're that desperate. Though I could do that run just to retrieve the second axe we made. Well, third axe we made. The first one we've already completely worn out, and I disassembled it for the scrap metal. I may not do that to the second one. We might, well, the first one I accidentally ruined. To repair them, they have to not be ruined. So as long as we don't completely wear out the second one, I'll probably try to repair it using the milling machine. Because it is scrap metal more efficient to repair one that's got like 5% condition left to 100% using the milling machine than to fully replace them by taking them to the forge. So here is the salt on Misanthrope. Each harvest is giving us half a kilogram of salt. I forget exactly how much is here. Two and a half kilograms. The curing box was half empty, so it was, had 5 kilograms of storage. So if we get both islands, then we can just head straight back. Do a little bit of sprinting here because we're walking into the wind while taking damage. we're going to get in the cabin up here. I'm going to take this as the opportunity to repair the coat. It's a nice sunny day, so it shouldn't be particularly bad weather to do that. And apparently I have 10 kilogram sacks of salt here, so we got plenty of salt. We don't need to grab the renewable stuff, but we're going to grab the renewable stuff because it's gonna work. It's gonna work from our requirements. And maybe save the 10 kilogram stuff for dragging further inland. Yeah, I think they're probably most worn out of our stuff. Oh, the thermal underwear is also pretty worn out. But yeah, repaired that. Full 6 degrees, also 5 more degree, or full 5 degrees of wind resistance. I'm gonna go grab the salt from the other island here, and then we're gonna head back to the garage to fill up the salt container.
There's got to be something useful in here.
Some cloth, not bad. We'll probably end up using that to repair our thermal underwear. Oh, I remember there is salt on an island. I'm currently forgetting exactly where it is. I think it's the shore side. It might be up on the island. Are you too far out? I feel like you're too far out. Yeah. Fish.
The pack is getting kind of heavy.
I'll go ahead and drop this fish off. Ruined fish are pretty good sources for... And actually, that reminds me. I should fill up the lantern while we're here. Fish like that are pretty good sources for making lantern oil and food. You can't hand them in for trades because their condition by default is usually too low. With their fish, you didn't have to spend effort fishing, so... Free calories is free calories, pretty much. Just gotta cook them. Gotta cook them, and then they turn into lantern oil and a little bit of food. And I say a little bit, they're usually like 5 kilogram fishes, so they can be quite a lot of calories. Oh, a bit of firewood. We'll move that off the shore a little bit. Just keep it from despawning during the next swap out. Something like corpse. Oh, birch bark's always nice. Oh wait, there's the salt. I can see the salt from here. But yeah, there's a couple different places where you can get salt. Most of them are coastal. And of course, Coastal Highway just happens to have the most. Or at least the most that I know of.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
There we go, there's a full 5 kilograms. So I'm going to start beginning the trip back. We'll go ahead and stop here, and then we'll run along the road getting back to the garage. But we'll warm up in the cabin over here by the log sort. I'll probably take that warming up opportunity to repair the long johns. And then once we've got the curing box set up, we might start the trip back out to the camp office. Don't think it's quite been 3 days, but we can always... At this point, we've got all the repair jobs done, so it comes down to getting back to the camp office. Well, we got everything except for the last rabbit hide gloves repair done. So we can be spending our time waiting for the curing to complete, gathering food out there. Could use a little bit more food around the camp office itself, specifically. And one thing we could be doing is we're doing fishing. There's pretty, well, Mystery Lake's, Titular Mystery Lake, is one of the nicer places to fish. It's maybe not as good as coastal areas like the Coastal Highway, but
My fingers feel numb.
I think it depends on which fish you want to catch. And we definitely make do with getting some more fish and more lantern
I'm
oil
not
and stuff
sure I
out
can
there.
carry much more.
So you don't always have to come back down to the coast to do that sort of stuff. Well, it probably was about the right time to do that, apparently. 99% means I didn't waste any repair opportunity. Repair value off of the cloth repair. What level do we have everything up to? Carcass is 5. Most of the stuff should be 5 at this point. Apparently I haven't maxed out ice fishing. We're only up to 4. Obviously, rifle firearms are pretty low level because we have to do it purely through book reading on Interloper. Mending's also only 4. Not gonna go out of my way to necessarily max level this, and then revolver and gunsmithing are pretty low level as well. The books are do spawn on Interloper, and I think you can trade for them as well. So it is possible to get the still level 5. Well, actually, this is probably the easiest one because I think making the bullets levels this. But these you can level purely by reading the books. That might be a thing that we do once we get all the tales done. It's not something we're rushing to do. Yeah, if I wanted more salt and us to be walking slower, we could take a detour into
I need to drop something.
the mine right over there. We're not going to do that because I don't need the salt right now. And that would make us heavier and make us slower at getting back. So we're just going straight back to the garage. Load this 5 kilograms of salt into the cure box. So that mine right there has, I think it has another 2.5 kilograms of salt. Unless I'm mistaken, it's got a double-sized deposit. Not sure. Been a while since I first did it. But yeah, once we get the salt dropped off, we'll probably start the process of heading back to Mystery Lake. Again, I'm going to try to keep the episode a little bit on the shorter side. We're going to keep it closer to 30 rather than 40. If everything goes according to plan. And this will be the last part of this recording session. So normally I record 4 parts in a recording session. But due to the very late start today, we're going to only do 3 parts today. Got about 2 days of slop, so it shouldn't affect you if you're watching YouTube. There should be another part up tomorrow. But I'll basically have to actually, I'll have because it'll be eating one of my days of slop. I'll have just one 24-hour period to get the next episode up after I record it, instead of the usual 48. But that should still be enough to get everything up and recorded in time. And then probably the next stream will probably be a 5-parter to get us back on, get me my spare days back. But the stream will be a little on the short side. Though I think the next stream, of course, will probably be the one we go back to the far territories. So I suspect we'll get there. We'll progress the tail at least one more step. I don't know if for the next part if we need the Aurora. If we need the Aurora for the next part, then I have to spend a little bit more time than the next stream necessarily to get there. But well, getting there will be easy. It's just if I need the Aurora to complete this step, then I need to wait for the Aurora. Character's getting a little fatigued.
Too heavy.
And here's the salt box. You can see the salt's already starting to go down. Well, there we go. That takes us basically to full. And the bear meat's already 13% cured, so that's good to see. Did I put the Travoy away? Yes. Want to make sure I wasn't bringing it with us. It's a kilogram of weight, and if you're not feeling comfortable enough to deploy it, then it's just dead weight. Okay, I've already downsized in the number of torches. Let's drop off some sticks as well. We're not gonna necessarily need to be burning anything on the way back to coastal. Or way back to camp office. And let's see how far along the road we can get in the next... Or how far along the path we can get in the next 10 minutes or so. It's probably going to depend a lot along the weather. Weather here looks like it's almost threatening to turn into a blizzard. It hasn't quite turned yet. But yeah, today was a productive day. We got most of our stuff repaired. Maybe not super innovative. We haven't been doing anything particularly new in this stream. So in the last couple of parts, we've mainly just been traveling, getting stuff repaired, hunting a bear. I suppose I didn't necessarily need to hunt the bear, but I hunted the bear. And now we're out, beginning the preparation to head back out to coastal, or back out to the far territories. The next part in the tail in the Southern Pass shouldn't be too difficult. In fact, I think we actually went past it on the way out. But there's a... Well, I think it's like the last cabin or something is what it's called. And we now have the key for. That's the next objective. The next one might be a little bit harder, because that might be going past the Timberwolves again, but... Depending on how objective focusing I'm going, I might just pull up the flares and use that to force past the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves won't nibble at you if you've got a marine flare out. So while it's can be a little bit oppressive to travel through a pack that way, if you're not a very good shot at killing the Timberwolves, that's probably the quickest way to get through a Timberwolves pack. And I'm not too bad at fighting Timberwolves with, you know, a rifle. There's no rifle in Interloper. And my way of archery is a little bit indirect artillery fire for being effective against moving targets like the Timberwolves. We're making pretty decent time. Although the weather looks bad, it looks like it's on the verge of turning into a blizzard, the weather is otherwise fairly warm as far as our character is concerned. In fact, with the wind calming down a little bit, our character is apparently warm in his current gear, which is showing you how well warming the Interloper tier gear I've got going on is. Although, to me, that's not super surprising. I've definitely similar gear in Stalker difficulty. Just man mode it through blizzards, because you're not cold in a blizzard with this level of stuff, you know, in Stalker. But on Interloper, that's what you need to be warm on a warm day. So you just feel the difficulty differences sometimes that way. Yeah, suppose I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna stop in the cabin up here to warm up, but if we're not cold, we're not stopping. Progress will be made, apparently. So yeah, I don't think we're going to make it all the way to the camp office in this part. I think we're going to make it to the dam at this rate. Well, that's pretty good progress. That means we'll basically arrive at the camp office 10 minutes into the next part. And I'm not sure how long it's been since we've acquired the rabbit hides. At least been 2 nights? So it'll probably be 3 by the time we get back there, so it'll probably be good to just prepare the gloves and head out. Though maybe I should take a detour to... spook myself with a wolf. Take a detour to drag some more bear meat to trappers. Try to deplete the bear meat at trappers. And we can do that pretty easily going from camp office. We can go to the camp office to the most recent bear kill. There should be some cooked meat there, but we cook more anyway. And drag that cooked stuff back to trappers. I'm not too worried about this wolf. This wolf is going to be, in this weather, going to be slower than us. So I can just walk away from him. Other than being spooked by him, it's just an encounter where we can walk away from the wolf. As well, just turn around to make sure he's not gaining on us too much. Yeah, he's still back there. This is not a corner he can cut, so I'm not too worried about him cutting the corner and catching us that way. Or at least I don't think it's a corner he can cut. Could be wrong about that. We'll have to see what goes on with us and the deer here. The deer's going to run out of runway with which he can run away from us, going the way he is right now. He'll have to turn around and go back to where the wolf is. So we'll see if the wolf disengages to go after the deer. We might have also lost the wolf. Don't hear him growling in the background anymore. Yeah, I lost the wolf. Okay, the wolf isn't going to kill the deer for us. We don't need to kill this deer, so I'm going to leave the deer alive. Well, if the weather stays good, next stop, the dam area. We'll sleep the night away in one of the dam cabins. Well, we might not even be able to sleep the whole night away because we're pretty high energy right now. But we'll at least use it as a part break. Guess we are coming up on 29, 30-ish minutes. So the goal to keep these 30 to 40 minutes long. That means that'll be a good place to part break. Because for the moment I'm planning on trying to keep this a little bit of a shorter stream, so 3:30-ish part stream. 3:30-ish parts is a pretty decent way to handle that. Again, this is... Okay, it's chilled out a little bit, so our character isn't considered warm anymore, and he is slowly starting to get cold. But we're going to be able to cover the rest of the distance here. At least to where I want to put the bar brake in, without having to stop to warm out. Look at our level of gear right now. And that's with a... I'm going to take a short detour to feed the character as well. Nice quick walk. This area, of course, is... It looks, if you're just like looking at this angle, like a cave. But, you know, there's just a hole in the roof, so it's not a cave, so you don't get a warmth bonus. Nice, calm walk through the ravine. Well, the ravine zone. I suppose technically the ravine is off the side here, and we're not walking in the ravine. So depending on what you refer to as the ravine, we're not quite there. We're in the zone that has the ravine. That's a nice, calm walk through it. Nice calm walk. So I could talk about the upcoming stream content that is planned. So if you're watching on Twitch, the next Victoria 3 stream should probably be tomorrow's stream. The day after that will be Shadow Empire. The day after that should be Grand Tactician, the Civil War. Hopefully that one will have a little bit more time to get a little bit bigger of a stream going. So we get a little bit more progress. We're definitely in many theaters starting to turn on the offensive there. For quite a while the AI was being quite oppressive with their offensives. Not that they were being effective, but just being oppressive, keeping us from going on the offensive ourselves. Nope. Hello, Twitch Shatter. How's the run going? The run's going pretty well. This is an Interloper run that's been running over 300 days now. We're back out and back out in Mystery Lake, Coastal Highway area, doing repairs before going out to continue Far Territories Tail number 3. We've got the first step in it done, which was go up into the weather station during an aurora. So we've got the key to the second building, or the second step. I don't know if that one needs to be done during an aurora as well.
Feels like night is coming.
Oof. Died 600 days in. Yeah. To be fair, I think this is the longest run that I've ever done, so we're out at 316 days. And yeah, this is the longest run I've done. The previous longest one was on Stalker difficulty, where I did Faithful Cartographer, and that took 219 apparently. Or 219? Was that? Did I misread that? I misread that. 291. Dyslexia acted up and swapped the 1 and the 9. But yeah, definitely going for the 1,000-day achievement, because the 1,000-day achievement requires you not to use cheat death. Does sound like quite an achievement. Got a new run in stock and out to 816, so that's also pretty good. I've definitely had a few close calls in this run, so I can definitely understand the do something dumb and dying portion. Though, a lot of the things that have almost killed me was less being dumb and more being greedy. One of the closer near-death experiences was actually deciding I wanted to go talk to the trader during an Aurora, and the closest phone being, or the closest radio set being in the cannery area. So I went through the Timberwolf pack in the middle of the Aurora. Yeah, that almost got me killed. So yes, I do definitely know the experience of almost doing something dumb and dying. Though I would say that was probably doing something a little bit more greedy and almost dying. Well, arriving right about where I wanted to end the stream, so we've got back to the dam area. Gonna hydrate out and probably duck in the building here for the save. Not sure if we're gonna necessarily stop physically with the character here. We might continue pushing on in the next part, but sorry, Twitch Hutter, because you just joined us a couple minutes ago. But this is where I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. It's coming up on 4 a.m. in the morning where I am, so this is where I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. If you're watching it on YouTube, there probably will be another part up tomorrow, because I've recorded these locally, and I have a little bit of time before the next stream. The next stream of The Long Dark will be in 4 days. Hopefully I'll do it a little bit earlier in the night and be able to run it a little bit longer. I want to run a 5-part stream next time. If you're watching on Twitch and want to see any of the earlier parts in the run, they should be uploaded to YouTube under the username willcole100. And if you're watching on YouTube, the VODs get recorded locally during the stream. And I stream them under the username willcole on Twitch. And I already did early in the stream what the stream schedule looks like for the next couple days. So with that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.